Hello, great people. Nigeria's president Bola Ahmed Tinubu tops the list of world most corrupt organized crime persons of 2024. That means that if you are talking about people that are perfect in the act of corruption, if you are talking about people that are proficient in organized crime, what this organization is telling us is that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is one of the people that that is proficient in this kind of act in the world. And the organization is called the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project. This project is about people voting. It's like a global voting that, okay, who do you think is very corrupt in the world, and who is that person that has perfected the act of organized crime? So people started voting, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu came fourth. The president of Kenya came first, and one of the leaders in Indonesia came second. And of course, yours truly, Bola Ahmed Tinubu came third. Before I go into why Bola Ahmed Tinubu was rated as one of the world's most corrupt person and somebody that has allegedly perfected the act of organized crime, let me tell you the significance of this. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president of the black race. If you are talking all around the world, the black race stand out. The black is a race that you have the black skin color. That means that you belong to the black race, regardless of whatever country you are. In fact, most of the American superstars that are black skinned, some of them have traced their ancestry to Nigeria. So you would see that if the president of a black race is accused of being proficient in organized crime and corruption, that leaves a source of worry. In fact, that is Nigeria is the country that produced Fumilayo Ransom Kuti. It is the country that produced Dora Akinyuli. It is the country that produced Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka. It is the country that produced Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Another great people. In fact, it is the same country that produced the likes of Victor Osimhen, Tiwa Savage, Davido, Whiskey, people that are doing Nigeria, Anthony Joshua, people that are doing Nigeria proud all across the world. So if the president of that country is being given that particular title of one of the world's most corrupt person, it surely leaves a source of concern. Now, the infamous award, I need to read this to you. The infamous award came after Organized Crime and Corruption Project called for citizens worldwide to nominate individuals worthy of taking the spotlight for their roles. Listen well, please, for their role in advancing criminal activities while aggravating poverty. That means that they are advancing criminal activities, and these criminal activities have led to increment, or if we like, vast or widespread poverty. Now, Kenyan President William Ruto scored the most votes. Tinubu was number 3, following former Indonesian President Joko Widodo. Across, so that means that it's not like a Nigerian thing, it is a global thing. And if I don't know the credibility of the organization, but if Kenyan president came first and Tinubu came third, does that give the organization a bit of credibility in the sense that Nigeria's population far outweighs that of Kenya? Or is it that Nigerians are not aware of the voting, or is it that the Tinubu boys or the Tinubu guys are not aware of the voting? Is there some political dimension to this? Is there some political undertone to this? Or is this really a reflection of the mind of Nigerians? And that's why I want to throw it open. I want to read in the comment section. Do you agree with this rating of your president, my president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Do you agree that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is truly deserving of that title of the third world most corrupt person, and somebody that is allegedly proficient in organized crime? Do you really believe in that? Now, what did they accuse Bola Ahmed Tinubu of? Let me break it down for you. You see, Bola Ahmed Tinubu was accused of different kind of shocking things that you want to imagine that, okay, why can't you let this cop just pass over this man? And I'll tell you, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, according to the voters, was accused of entrenching a regime of corruption in Nigeria since 1999. They went back to when Bola Ahmed Tinubu was governor of Lagos State. that he entrenched corruption and used it to allegedly enrich his family. And after enriching his family, he became the political godfather of Southwest State, and in the process also enriching his family. And that when he became president of Nigeria, he has also been enriching his family. That is according to the reports that earned Bola Ahmed Tinubu the distasteful title of the third most corrupt and organized crime person of the year 2024. So apart from being accused of entrenching regime of corruption, the second thing was that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was accused of the Lagos Calabar multi-trillion-naira project contract. You will recall that when Bola Ahmed Tinubu became president, one of the first contracts that he awarded was that of the Lagos Calabar Highway project. And his son, Sheyi Tinubu, has been linked to the company that project was awarded to. And according to reports in the media, there wasn't any rigorous bidding as expected for that particular project. So the project was allegedly just given out to that particular company. And because the president's son is one of the stakeholders in that company, that points to corruption itself. So people pointed this out in their voting for the reason why they think that the president of Nigeria is one of the most corrupt person in the world. Now, another thing, sadly, is that of the cocaine dealership controversy. If there's one thing that has refused to die, maybe when Bola Ahmed Tinubu is no longer the president, or maybe when he's no longer in public service, maybe this will die down. But one thing that I've observed is once you mention Bola Ahmed Tinubu, one thing that have refused to die down is that alleged cocaine dealership controversy. So when people were voting, people also referenced it that, okay, they think that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is one of the world most corrupt person based on that cocaine dealership controversy. Don't forget that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has denied all these allegations, although he hasn't denied that he forfeited about over 400,000 US dollars to the American government when he was in the United States. Now, what is the fourth thing that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was accused for, or that people stated to vote him as one of the world most corrupt person, and also somebody that has allegedly perfected the act of organized crime? The fourth one is the allegation of certificate forgery. People were referencing it that they cast doubt on the certificate of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, although the university have affirmed that Bola Ahmed Tinubu graduated from Chicago State University, and also the Supreme Court of Nigeria had ruled on that. I must not fail to point that out, that the Supreme Court has ruled on the cases that these things that were listed were an issue in those cases. The 2023 Presidential Election Tribunal ruled in favor of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But don't forget that this cocaine dealership controversy was an issue in that particular lawsuit. This allegation of certificate forgery was also an issue in that particular lawsuit. So some of these cases have been tested in Nigerian court, and the Nigerian court, in its wisdom, have given Bola Ahmed Tinubu a clean bill of health. So I must state that to you. So these four things: accused of entrenching regime of corruption in Nigeria since 1999, the Lagos Calabar multi-trillion-naira road project, the cocaine dealership controversy, and of course the allegations of certificate forgery. So those are the four things that earned Tinubu the third most corrupt person in the world, according to Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project. Again, do you agree with this rating of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? I want to hear from you in the comment section. What I can say is that, you see, in life, we need to live our life in such a very careful way, because when you are the president of a country, there are some things that should not even come up at all. And my worry is not for Tinubu. Tinubu is an individual. Tinubu will come and go. Nigeria as a country will remain. My worry is for Nigeria itself, because Tinubu occupies the highest office in Nigeria. So it carries the baggage. So anything that happens to Tinubu, Nigeria carries the baggage. Tinubu is not Nigeria. No. Tinubu will come and go. But then, because Tinubu occupies the highest office in the land, the office of the president, that means that Tinubu is the symbol of Nigeria's sovereignty for occupying the highest office in the land. So anything that Tinubu is, affiliated to, anything that Tinubu is attached to, whether rightly or wrongly, Nigeria automatically carries the baggage. So if Tinubu is rated as the world most decent person, the world integrity person, Nigeria will also benefit from that because the trees in Nigeria, the walls, the bricks, the cars in Nigeria cannot answer when you say Nigeria. Although I've analyzed for you in my past video that a country is regarded as a living entity, but despite the fact that the countries are regarded as living entity, the country will not speak. If you say Nigeria, the trees, the cars will not speak. It is people that will speak. And the first person that will speak right now when Nigeria is mentioned is President Bola Tinubu. So for him to have been rated this way, Nigeria carries the baggage. And that is what is of important concern to me, because this rating will definitely affect a lot of Nigerians. Because if your president is rated as corrupt, people that are not Nigerian, some of them will automatically rate you as corrupt, and that is a source of worry. You see, the world is rapidly changing, and I hope that we don't even ruin the world before God himself, before Jesus Christ, as stated in the scripture, will return for a second time. In the sense that these days, it is easy for you to find people that have different controversies to occupy, some crucial positions in different countries, especially in Africa. In the olden days in Nigeria, you see, a local government chairman will find it difficult to occupy that position if he's accused of all these controversies, all these issues that I've listed for you. You will find it very difficult. In fact, in the olden days, local government chairman is even too much like a king, just a king of a community, will not be allowed to rule over that community if he's been accused of all these serious controversy. And I think that, and I will advise Bola Tinubu not to relent. You are already the president, but then what people will be saying when you are gone also matters. So do put in effort to clear your name, because in the olden days, it's as good as if people want to marry, they will even go and investigate the family. Is there no madness in the family? Is there no armed robber in the family? Is there no epilepsy in the family? Is there no witchcraft in the family? If there's anything like that, they won't give their daughter or their son to you in marriage. So not to now talk of the president of the country. So what Bola Tinubu needs to do, like the embargo, the luggage, like the work is for Bola Tinubu to do. And I hope that he will go all out to continue to clear his name. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politics with Dr. Omoshola Deji. Dr. Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science, and this is where we relax to analyze politics and happenings in the polity. Do you want to subscribe? Turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos, and of course, I have great, interesting videos coming your way. Till I see you again, always remember that I love you all sincerely.